Hello, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Business Talk. I am Trina Boyd. I am the founder of an organization called Women in Power. And what we do, we help women in business to win their first $10,000 to $50,000 grant if you are a for profit. And we also help women scale to get rid of their 9 to 5 to six figures if you are a service based business. And that's just a couple things that we do. But I want to talk to you about today is 5 lies that you may be believing that will keep your grant application um, from getting approved, and that will keep it to where it will be denied. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Before I get into that, though, I want to tell you that I do have a book lunch party that I want to personally invite you to. I will post the information below. It will be virtual and in person. So if you're not locally in Charlotte, North Carolina, then you can still attend. And the book will help you possibly potentially get your first get approved for your first grant for your business, or a second grant, or whatever, but it will be for profit businesses. So just make sure you look out for that information, because I would love to have you in the room. All right. So what are some lies that are out there and people are telling you about grant writing and grant applications? So the first lie that you may hear out there is, oh, you need to have, or you need to hire a grant writer. You don't need to hire a grant writer. I did not hire a grant writer. Close to 7 to 8 years ago, when I initially started learning how to write grants, I actually did not and could not afford to hire a grant writer. One of the things, grant writers do, and I'm not downing grant writers, but they do charge a fee, a healthy fee. And the chances are of you getting a grant, you don't know if you're going to get approved for that grant, right? So you don't have to hire a grant writer to get approved for a grant. You can do it yourself. One of the things I feel like God has called me to is to teach women how to save money to write their own grants until they can actually get a grant writer to scale. Because when you are making money, you get your grant, you get that grant to scale, use that money to scale your business. Then of course you want to hire somebody in your business. I fully support you hiring somebody. But initially, if you say, hey, I don't have the money to continue to hire a grant writer for each and every grant application that I submit. So that's when you learn how to do it yourself. And then you can hire somebody on your team, teach them, train them, and then you can hire a grant writer to help you scale. But that's the first lie. The second lie is you don't need a mentor. So I wholeheartedly believe in having a mentor, or having taking a course or something. If you are unfamiliar with how to write a grant, if you're unfamiliar with anything pertaining to grants, you need someone to help you, or you need a course, you need a webinar, or a mentor, or something to help you. That is a lie, because I feel like, even for me, years ago, how do you think I have became successful with grant writing? I hired someone. I took a course that cost thousands of dollars or whatever to learn how to become an effective grant writer for my businesses and for my nonprofit. So this is one of the things I believe, that every small business owner, you need to have a mentor, or you need to take a course, or you can take my webinar that will show you how, and I'll post that link for you. But I believe that we need help, right? So people apply for grants, they get denied, but then they say, I keep getting denied, but you don't have a mentor to show you how to do it properly, or how to format or word that particular grant. So then you get denied for the application. And you wonder why. I mean, me personally, especially if I'm going to take time to apply for something, that's time that you could be doing something with your family or whatever. But either way, if I want to take time to do something and I don't know how to do it, I would rather know how to do it before I take the time to do it, right? That's just common sense, right? Because it takes time. Well, I can teach you how to write a grant, like a full application, probably within a day or so. But either way, it's still your time. So if you want to do it the right way, learn how to do it the right way. And I also offer, like I said, I offer a webinar. I offer a 5-day live challenge where you can join me on my challenge. And that's Monday through Friday. If you're watching this video, my next one is in May of 2024. I don't know whenever you're watching this video, but that's what I'm offering. And I'll post that link for you as well. But with that being said, make sure you have a mentor, have something to learn from. Learning is important, right? So the next lie that may be out there is that you don't need a professional address. So, especially if you're hiring somebody to do the grant for you, make sure you give them a professional email address. Do not go in with a Gmail, with a Yahoo, with a AOL, with a Outlook. Some people think Outlook is professional. No, it's not. Outlook is not professional because it still have at outlook.com. Outlook, what they do is professional, right? But Outlook is still going to be not a professional email address, right? So make sure you have a professional email when you are actually going in and writing these grants. You probably have heard me say this over and over and over again, but even when you are trying to register for a certain professional events, a professional event, like a lot of times the chamber, they have events. The Chamber of Commerce, your local chamber. I know my local chamber will not even allow you to register for events without having a professional email because this is a professional environment. And I mean, it's powerful. You can meet so many powerful people and companies there that you can help scale and grow your business to 7 figures just by being in their atmosphere. Like I know I met companies that we can, we agreed to even do 7-figure deals through the government. I've met, people I have been trying to reach for years over email. I met them in person at a chamber event. So chamber, I definitely highly suggest that y'all join a chamber or something because it's going to help you elevate your business. Okay. All right. But having a professional email can take you, obviously you see, can take you, higher and higher in your business. It's just people take you serious, okay? All right. And then the next lie is basically they may say, "Oh, you have to have an established business." No, you do not. So one of the things and one of the grants that are out there currently is that it's called the GivenJoy grant. You don't even have to have an EIN number to apply. You don't even have to have a website. All you have to do is have an idea that you have to submit to them to see if they want to approve it to give you the money to start the idea. So the lie may be you have to be in business. No, you don't even have to be in business a long time for some of these grants because a lot of these grants are for startup businesses. So one of the grants that's currently out, this is I'm making this video in April 2024, is the LegalZoom grant. That one's due September 2024, so you have a lot of time. But that grant, you only have to be in business 3 months. 3 months, y'all. So that tells you a lot of these grants are for startups. They do have grants that are out there for, some of the grants are for, if you're looking to scale your business or whatever. But a lot of them are for startups. A startup business, just to kind of let you know, is a business that has been in business 5 years or less. 5 years or less. So don't believe it when they say you got to be in business. You got to, some of them, it's not like that. But I still will tell you this one right here. They say you don't need a website. Look, you need to have a website, okay? Especially if you are applying for grants that are not like GivenJoy or LegalZoom. I think LegalZoom do require you to have a website. But the reason I say have a website is because when they actually go in and say, hey, if they look for your business, they're going to be looking for your business right online. How else? Because they're not going to come, in person to your business. So how do they know that you're a legitimate business? How do they know about your business without a website? I mean, you can give them the name, you can give them your, mission statement and all that, but how can they, visually see that you are a business? And that's having a website. So make sure you have a website. I give out information in my webinar on how you can get a website. in like 30 minutes. So, and that's so powerful because sometimes we just need something for right now until we can get a well crafted website. You may even have someone working on your website, but until then, you cannot allow anything to stop you from applying for grants. You cannot allow things and situations to stop you from doing anything as pertains to what you are trying to do in your business or your nonprofit. So, with that being said, don't believe the hype. So, just to recap of what I just talked about was, they say you don't have to, you need to hire a grant writer. You don't have to hire a grant writer. I did not hire a grant writer, and I still was able to get approved for grants. You don't need a professional email. Make sure you get the professional email, which is also require you to have a website. Just to let you know, but it doesn't have to be published. You just have to have that domain. So my domain is www.womenempowerinc.com. Then you have a domain, right? Then they say, oh, you don't need a mentor. You definitely need a mentor. You need a course or something to help you step by step on how to become successful with grant writing. It's not easy, but if you learn how to write grants successfully, then it becomes easy, right? You do not have to have an established business. So you don't have to have an established business. We talked about having those other companies who will give you that money for an idea. You don't have to have a website. You have to have a website. That's another lie. You have to have a website. So make sure you get the website. Make sure you have a professional email address. And like I said, make sure you know that you don't have to have an established business. And I personally want to invite you to my book launch. Also, make sure if you enjoyed this information, make sure you comment below your business and what you do. Even post your link. It's part of the networking. Networking with other businesses. You just never know who may see your business on this comment. Thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day.